Form 7 Mathematics Numerical Method. In this chapter, first we are going to learn about how to solve the equation using graphs. Then the change of sign rule. After that, solving equation by using the iteration formula. Then some examination style question. First, solving equation using graphs. As an example, the equation is there: x cube is equal to 3x plus 1. So the one equation is x cube, the other equation is 3x plus 1. So we can draw the graph of y equal x cube and the linear graph of y equal 3x plus 1. So when you draw the two graphs, you can find the intersection points. So those two intersection points represent the solution of the equation. So as an example, you can draw the x cube graph like this. This is the y equal x cube graph. Then the linear graph, that is y equal 3x plus 1 graph, you can draw like this. Then the intersection points, so we can see three intersection points are there. So the intersection points represent the solutions. So here in this equation we can see three solutions are there. So in this equation, so we can take three solutions. So then approximately those solutions, the one solution is x equal minus 1.5, that solution we can take from the graph. Another solution x equal minus 0.3, another solution x equal 1.9. All these three solutions we can take from the graph. Another equation, x cube minus 3x minus 1 is equal to 0. One equation is x cube minus 3x minus 1 equal 1. The other equation is y equals 0. So we have two equations, y equal x cube minus 3x minus 1. The other equation is y equals 0. So you can represent this in the graph. First, the cubic equation x cube minus 3x minus 1. Then the y equals 0 means the x-axis. We know that y equals 0 line represent the x-axis. So then what are the point it cut the x-axis represent the solutions. So here also we can see two intersection points are there, that three intersection points are there. That means we have three solutions here. So approximately they are x equal minus 1.5, x equal minus 0.3, x equal 1.9. So then we'll move to the change of sign rule. Now you can see if a graph crosses the x-axis, then we call that those are the root of the equation. So to find the root of the equation, the graph should cross the x-axis. If the graph is crossing the x-axis, then you can see from the graph there should be a sign change. There should be a change of the y-axis to negative side to positive side, or else positive side to negative side. So from these two graphs, it represents red color dot to green color dot, or else green color dot to red color dot. That means negative to positive, or else positive to negative. So if it is a root, that means there should be a sign change. So As an example, the equation is there x minus cos x equals 0. So we have two equations here, y equal x and y equal cos x. So we represent that y equal cos x here and y equal x we can represent to the other side in the same graph. So the intersection points represent the solution, right? So the intersection points we can represent like this. So it is approximately 0.8. So when x equals 0.8, that is approximately 0.1. So that means it is positive. When x equals 0.7, that is approximately minus 0.06. So you can see here when x equals 0.8, we have the positive answer. When x equals 0.7, we have a negative answer. That means the root should be in between 0.7 and 0.8, because there is a sign change in between 0.7 and 0.8. That means there should be a root in between 0.7 and 0.8. Show that the equation x cube plus 2 equal 4x has root between x equal 1 and x equal 2. So what you have to do is first rearrange the equation as fx equals 0. So I am going to take each coefficient to the left hand side. So then you can rearrange the equation as x cube minus 4x plus 2 equals 0. So you can take that equation as a fx. First I am going to substitute 1. When you substitute 1, the answer is minus 1. When you substitute 2, the answer is 2. So you can clearly see that there is a sign change. When x equal 1, minus 1. When x equal 2, plus 2. That means the graph should cross the y-axis. There should be a root in between 1 and 2. So there is a sign change in between 1 and 2. Therefore it has a root between 1 and 2. So if it is a sign change, then there should be a root in between those intervals, right? So if y has a repeated root, if it is a turning point, then it will be a problem. Now we know that if it is a turning point, it has a root in that point but no sign change. So in that case we don't have a sign change, but it has a root in between that. So we know we don't have the root sign change there, but it has a root there if it is a repeated root or as a turning point. So as an example, you can see the graph. Here we have a root there, that means a turning point is there, but we don't have a sign change because that is a repeated root. The graph does not cross the y-axis, so therefore sign is not changing. So therefore we don't have a sign change here. So then we have a problem with this sign change rule. There is more than one root is given interval, then also it can be a problem. See, so I am going to take a and b interval. So when you take a and b interval, you can see clearly in this graph we have a sign change, but if we have a sign change, we have more than one root here, right? We have more than one root here. So what we have to do here, we have to reduce the size of the interval, then we can reduce this problem, right? So another problem is there is a discontinuity in the interval. That means if it is like this, so in the second graph you can see the discontinuity is there in this graph. So therefore when you take A and B interval, we have a sign change, but we don't have a root here because of the discontinuity of the interval. So there are problems in the changing sign rules. So you have to identify what are the problems. So after that we are going to move solving equation by iteration formula. So normally we are writing iteration formula like this: x n plus 1 is equal if x n. So as an example, we will take 5x minus e to the power x is equal to 0. So you can subject x here. When you subject x, x is equal e to the power x divided by 5. So you can take this equation as a iteration formula. So you can rearrange this one as x n plus 1 is equal e to the power x n divided by 5. So this is the iteration formula. So x naught you have to choose. So I am going to choose x naught as 1. So x naught is 1. If x naught is 1, when x equal 1, e to the power x naught divided by 5. So x naught is 1, therefore using your calculator you can find the answer 0.54365, like that the decimal answer is coming. Then again use the iteration formula and substitute n as 1, then x2 is coming. X2 is equal e to the power 1 divided by 5. So e to the power 1, e to the power x1, right? So x1 already we have found 0.54365. So that answer you can substitute to the x1, then you can find the value of x2. So you have to repeat the process to x3, x4, x5. So like that, when you repeat the process, you can find x2, x3, xp, x5 from easily you can find from your calculator by taking the answer. So then x6, x7, x8, x8, right. So when you find the answer, you can see now x6 is 0.25957, x7 0.25927, x8 0.25917. So then the answer is coming to 259. For the 3 decimal places, it coming to closer to 259. That means your final answer should be 259 for the 3 decimal places, right? So when you find x1, x2, x3, x4, x5 like that up to x10, x11, x12, so the answer is coming to near to one answer. So that answer you have to find, right? Here the answer is 259 to the 3 decimal places. You can see here 259, 259, 259, like that it is repeating. So that the answer should be 0.259 to the 3 decimal places. So then the root of the equation of the what is the original equation, we took that 5x minus e to the power x. So, the solution of that equation, the root of that equation is 0.259 to 3 decimal places. Right. Then you can check whether your answer is a suitable answer or correct answer or wrong answer. How? By using a change of sign. Now your answer is 259. So take the upper bound and the lower bound. So the lower bound is 2585. So when you substitute 2585 to the equation, minus answer is giving, then it is negative. So when you substitute 2595, that means the upper bound, then the positive answer is giving. That means there is a sign change. That means there should be a root in between 0.2585 and 2595. That means 259 should be a root of the equation. So like that you can prove that that is a root of the equation. So there is a sign change, therefore it has a root between those two values, therefore 259 is a suitable root for the equation. In your calculator, using that answer key, easily you can find these values of x1, x2, x3, x4, x5, like that, right. Now earlier we subject the value of x by dividing 5 to the other side, or else now you can subject like this also, e to the power x equal 5x, then x equal ln 5x. So now you can form an iteration formula like this also. So what is the iteration formula? X n plus 1 is equal ln 5 xn. So using this iteration formula also, you can take x naught as 1 now. So then find x1, x2, x3, x4, x5 like earlier. So then you can see now x1 is 1.6064, x2 is 2.0853, x3 2.3443, x4 2.4614, x5 2.5101, x6 2.529, so x7 2.575, x8 2.5040, 2.51541, 2.5423, so like that. So this time, so it's come to 2.542, right. So this time the equation, the answer is giving as 2.542. So because see, when you equal ln 5x and x, there are two answers. So this time, and when you equal ln y equal x, another one, two answers are giving. So that's why they are giving two answers, right. Okay. Right. Then show that the equation x cube minus 5x minus 2 equals 0, can be rearranged in the form x equal 2 minus x cube divided by 5. Okay, the first thing you have to do is you have to rearrange this equation to this form, right? Then use the iteration formula as this one, and by taking x naught as 1, find the root of the equation to the 5 decimal places, right? Okay, rearrange this formula. First you can take 2 and x cube to the right hand side, then divide by 5. Okay, then the equation is x equal 2 minus x cube over 5. So you can take that equation as a iteration formula. Then taking x naught as 1, find x1, x2, x3, x4, x5, x6. So using your calculator easily you can find. So you can see here it's repeating 0.388, right? So for the 5 decimal places, so it is equal to 0.38829. See, you can see x6 equals 0.38829, x7 also 0.38829. So that for the 5 decimal places the answer should be 0.38829. So then we'll move some examination style question. Show that the equation ex plus x equal 8 has a root between 1 and 2. B part, show that this equation can be arranged to give the iterative formula xn plus 1 is equal ln 8 minus xn. C part, use iterative formula found in B with x naught equal to, find the values of x1, x2, x3, x4 and x5 to 5 decimal places. Prove that the value found for x5 is root for e to the power x plus x equal 8 correct to 4 decimal places. Okay, first one, rearrange the equation and substitute 1 to x, it's give minus answer, and substitute 2 to the equation, then give a positive answer. There is a sign change, therefore it has a root between 1 and 2. So B part, you can rearrange this equation. So take x to the other side, then e to the power x equal 8 minus x, then take ln, then x equal ln 8 minus x. So then you can take this formula as a iterative formula. So then xn plus 1 is equal ln 8 minus xn. So then after that, by taking x naught as 2, can find the value of x1, that is 1.79176. Then x2 also you can find from your calculators. Then repeat the process and find x3, x4 and x5. So when you find x3, x4, x5, you can see 1.82037, 1.82126, 1.82111. So then x5 is equal 1.8211 is a root of e to the power x plus x equal 8 to correct to 4 decimal places. To show that, we have to show the sign change of that root. That means you have to take a upper bound and the lower bound of that root and check whether there is a sign change or not, right. So the upper bound of the root is 1.82115 and the lower bound of the root is 1.8105, right. So the fx equation is e to the power x plus x minus 8. First substitute the upper bound 1.82115. When you substitute, it gives approximately 0.001, that is a positive answer. Then substitute 1.82105, so that gives a negative answer. There is a sign change, therefore it has a root in between 1.82115 and 1.82105. Therefore it has a root between those two values. So that's about the numerical method. So thank you very much for listening to this video.